5 out on the East, 3:35 for those watching in the UK. Thanks for being with us. I'm disappointed because that interview luckily was almost over, but I had wondered with my system, which is pretty famous for crashing, how much I could push it while I had an interview that was in the can, if you will, to use a radio term. And I must have pushed it a little bit too far because I ended up getting OBS to shut down. And that's why we went off the air. So we are back on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. Thanks for hanging out with us on all those platforms. That was an interview between Julian Harris of TheGameFanatics.com and Neil Jones from Aerial Knights Never Yield. And it is one of several games that are being featured this summer as part of the Black Voices in Gaming freshman class from the Media Indie Exchange. And so we are going to play another game trailer in our 8 o'clock break for you to enjoy. The first one that we showed was Kind Folks, which is available coming up sometime this year. And then we're going to show another one coming up in the 8 o'clock break. It is part of our GMS Week of Action, and we appreciate you hanging out with us. We would like you to follow us on Twitter, if you'd be so kind, at WatchGMS, and then in our Discord as well. And we are going to share a lot more coming up this week. Yesterday on Twitter, as we focus in on the GMS Week of Action with racial equity and systemic racism in the United States, we shared a newsletter. And this is something that I discovered thanks to a work colleague of mine probably late last year. It's called Anti-Racism Daily. And because we are a show that's hosted primarily, I mean, we are lucky enough to have a lot of good guest hosts, but as far as Mike, Sean, and me, we are heterosexual white men, right? And so the conversation around racial equity and systemic racism in the U.S. Is probably, from our perspective, best served through the lens of allyship, right? And specifically for this week of action, we're going to talk about some advocacy things you can do. Accomplice is a term that Jen Fry uses, who is a social justice educator. And Jen Fry talks about this idea of taking allyship a step further into accompliceness. And so I don't know if that's even a word, accompliceness, being an accomplice for racial equity in the U.S. And that involves, taking things a step further. If you are able to donate, right, that is a big step in allyship, being able to take financial means and distribute it to folks who are able to do social justice work in the U.S. Being an accomplice takes that a step further and looks at fundraising and being able to organize fundraisers or contribute your time and skill set to existing fundraisers and being more involved. And so with the GMS Week of Action, as we encourage y'all to get involved in your communities, we're asking for up to 1 hour of your time this week if you would take some moments to either educate or better yet, take action in the ways that you can. So we'll talk a little bit about intersectionality in the final hour today, and then things you can do in your home in terms of being an accomplice for social justice. Good morning, Sencho. It is good to see you. Good moron, as you said. Top of the moron on Gaming Morning Show. I am Ryan. I'm going solo the rest of the day. Coming up in just a little bit, we are going to share Bears Gone Bad. We have more Ben Hooper of UPI news as well. How was everyone's weekend? Who said it? Was it K-Lav who said my favorite yoga pose, which is International Yoga Day, is the stand by? If that is a yoga pose, then I am cracked because I'm very good at the standing by. I'm actually going to play, instead of just doing a 1v1 for Rocket League, I'm going to actually do a 3v3 and just play with some randoms because I don't really like playing 1v1. It is also World Music Day. It is World Motorcycle Day. It is Selfie Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, Peaches and Cream Day, which I know Kate Zaid made a remark in the first hour with a yum symbol for that. So it's Peaches and Cream Day, if you like that. It is also Make Music Day, which I think coincides with World Music Day. Okay. Oh, I never joined a game in progress. And I took over for somebody, and it showed like their leaving body and then me jumping into the game. So that was kind of cool. I've never seen that before. It is also World Humanist Day. It is Daylight Appreciation Day. And it is Go Skateboarding Day. Which that was a thing I asked Mike in the first hour. I was like, are you any good at skateboarding? Because I'll be straight with you, chat. I'm not. Because I've never been great on wheels without an engine. If the thing had an engine, I could push it to the limits pretty well. Like, I used to jump four-wheelers off of, like, inclines, and, yeah, I actually cracked my chin open one time on the handlebars of a smaller four-wheeler because I'd been used to driving, like, a 400cc four-wheeler, which is a pretty hefty one. And then I switched to, like, a 150cc Honda, and it was so much lighter that I hit the same incline kind of with the same speed that I was used to on the bigger one, and because of its lightness, it took me farther up in the air than I was expecting. So that was a good story. But with rollerblading and skateboarding, I just was never very good at it, and I don't know why. Maybe I have a bad sense of balance or something. Could be. But yeah, I never really got into anything that involved, like, your own body powering something on wheels. Even, like, I was better on a bike. And at least that had, like, you know, the pedals and chain mechanism, right? So that's a less about being just your body. How do you land? And see, Alien, I would have liked to have been better at rollerblading, so I could have played things like street hockey. And I know Chris M. Yee is our hashtag street or roller hockey expert. So, could be. Sencho, where are you going? Weekend was pretty good. Finally got to record something. Now I gotta keep it up every week, which seems easier said than done. That is one of the hardest things if you're getting into the podcast realm. Consistency is absolutely one of the hardest battles. One piece of advice is if you have something that's not, you know, strictly, I got to have this out now because it's timely, otherwise it's complete old news and far less valuable, is try to have at least 3 or 4 episodes in the can. And then that way you can start releasing things that you recorded 2 or 3 weeks ago as your current episode, and there's less pressure to have to keep up that week-to-week battle, because it will be far easier if you can do that. When you come back, please let us know what you ate, though, because that is a rule of Gaming Morning Show. Is if you're getting food, you got to let us know what you're getting. Digital Doc, and that's why after the break, Ryan will be attempting a half-pipe on the skateboard. Bob, tell him.
No.
Not a chance. Not a chance. Alien, I only rollerbladed when we would play hockey with them. That was super fun. And then, what's this daylight appreciation thing that you said? Daylight appreciation. Does anyone like daylight? I love unhot daylight. What I mean by that is I can't stand it being hot. Yesterday was Father's Day, and again, it's much like my birthday. I don't take it too seriously in terms of, you know, oh, it's my day and we have to do things that I want to do. And that's the same with Father's Day. I was grateful that Sushi was worried about people being able to play in the Sushi games because it was Father's Day. And because I had already told Sushi yes, I did ask for my family's buy-in that, hey, this is something Dad wants to do on Father's Day. So I will admit I used the Father's Day privilege for that. But my wife looks at me after we get done with the Sushi games and she goes, we should take a walk. And I was like, no, it's the summertime. I don't like being hot. It's like 90 degrees outside. I don't want to go outside. And my wife looks at me and she goes, it's not that hot. And I'm like, yes, it is. It's like 90 degrees. 90 degrees hot is 90 degrees hot, right? And she said something about there was a breeze and it didn't feel that hot when I was outside. I said, okay. So I said, I'll go out there. And I will admit that I looked at the trees and the trees were moving. So there clearly was some sort of breeze. And I was like, okay, fine. That works. We go out there and within like 5 minutes of our walk, I am feeling the heat like go through my t-shirt. I swear my shoulders were going to be sunburned because it was that hot outside. I can't stand the heat. So, I love the daylight. I also love the nighttime. I love the nightlife. I want a boogie. But I can't stand being hot. So if it involves being hot, I do not want to be outside. It's like 80 some degrees in my studio this morning, which is not fun either. Alien. I love hot daylight. Would rather have hot nightlight. I don't know what that means, but it's hilarious to me. All right, we got sports coming up after this game. Good moron to you, Nintendo. Thanks for being here. Well, Sencho, there's another option, okay? And I've said this to other folks who do news-type segments. You don't have to have the news segments included in the podcast, okay? A podcast is designed to be listening on demand. So there's not necessarily a reason for you to have to include a news topic. Now, if you want to have a podcast around a news-like discussion, that can be incorporated in there, but you can find a way to do it where it's not making it required to be timely. What I would recommend you do with news is I would take that and make that part of your marketing around it. So you could do a news YouTube video that's 10 minutes, and all of that does is run everything into promotion for your podcast, right? So if you did want to be able to build up multiple recorded episodes, which again I think is very wise for consistency. If you're not worried about consistency, then this discussion is kind of moot. But if you are worried about discussions, or rather timeliness and consistency, then what you can do is you can take out the news part of your podcast, and instead you can make that some sort of YouTube or alternate content. You can put it on Twitter and go live on Twitter, right? And make it so that people help find your podcast and get rid of that thing that needs to be timely until you get to the point where being timely and live is easier. And that requires you to likely be able to do it as a primary endeavor, right? So that's just a thought, if that's a concern about not being able to get multiple episodes in the can. Essential says, I'm eating some salad while Khachapuri is in Khachapurl is in the oven. How'd I do, chat? Did that count? I mean, we hit the triple digits. Oh no, I didn't even fix the one for this scene. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing that my mispronunciation counter text is off the page. There you go. We're at an even 100. I would gladly take another one for that word that I just tried to say. Aura said, I kind of want to do a sports podcast or rugby. I don't know if I could be bothered, though. Well, again, there's great places to talk about this. One of those things is in our Discord. That's the wrong way. There we go. And Kate Zaid offers a lot of great advice, too. Kate and I did a Twitter Spaces session last Saturday. Honestly, I jumped into Kate's session, so it really was all Kate. I just happened to jump in as a speaker. And we talked about thoughts behind doing podcasts. The other place that I really would recommend, and Kate's a big part of this, is the Streamers Lighthouse. The Streamers Lighthouse Discord is all about helping folks who are trying to get into the streaming space be successful. So be sure to check out this. Yeah, and then if that's not a concern, Sencho, then putting the product out there is paramount. So just getting it out there and working on building your voice and your niche, and learning what you like and what you don't like is huge. And so absolutely, I highly encourage you to do that. The Spaces chat was great. Thanks, Chris. I had a lot of fun doing it. We're seeing what our social media can be like while remaining authentic. The hardest part with social media is trying to please algorithms while maintaining our authentic voice. So I'm interested in that. Nintendo, yes, multi-platform discoverability is poo on all these sites, so diversity of platforms is good. Nintendo also said, glad to be here. Also, I'm sorry, I owe you an answer about this week. I'm thinking maybe Thursday or Friday if you still need people. Friday would be amazing. So we did invite Nintendo nerds, specifically Backrolls, to come on and be our guest host. We have Lucy the First coming up on Thursday, and we have Digital Dot Games on Wednesday. Mike is here for all 3 hours tomorrow. Theo will be here for all 3 hours on Wednesday. So yeah, back rolls. If you can do Friday, that would be amazing. All right, it is now 7:50. It is time for sports. So let's take a look at the sports headlines. Chat, since Mike is not here, I want you to play in this game. So I'm going to give you a minute. Did the Mets win? And your minute begins now. Can you answer the question, did the Mets win? Yes or no in the chat, please. K-Laugh said, make news predictions instead. See if they can come true. That would actually be pretty hilarious, to be honest. So if you can answer, did the Mets win, that would be great. Yesterday in the NBA playoffs, it was a win for... Get ready for it. The Phoenix Suns. And I don't think Chris Paul played, right, chat? Chris Paul was out. He was in, I believe, COVID-19 protocol. So no Chris Paul, and the Suns still win Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. And I think someone in chat, Papa Paz, was one who did it on Sunday. The NBA playoffs, especially now that the Bucks have eliminated the Bucks were able to eliminate the Nets yesterday, or 2 days ago. There's going to be a new NBA champion, one that we haven't had in forever. So that's pretty exciting. Atlanta also took out the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs, won 103-96 over Philadelphia. So the 76ers are out. The Jazz had fell to the Clippers. And so, yeah, we basically now have a number 1 seedless playoffs, which is pretty exciting in my opinion. All right, back to did the Mets win? We've had a guess from Alien, no. We have Nintendo also saying no. Here we go. Did the Mets win yesterday? Bob, the answer, please.
No.
They did not. They lost us 5-2 to the Mets, and now 5-2 to the Nationals. The Mets are now 36-29 on the year. So sorry, Mets fans, if you are a real thing, you are a bunch of losers. I mean, not really, but kind of. So, all right. What else happened yesterday? Hockey. Papa Pa's Montreal Canadiens lost 2-1 to the Vegas Golden Knights. So now that Stanley Cup semifinal is even at 2 games apiece. Vegas in overtime won 2-1. In golf, K-Laugh, paging K-Laugh, Jon Rahm apparently had a pretty amazing outing at the U.S. Open and won by 1 stroke over Louis Oosthuizen with a 6 under par performance at Torrey Pines. So, yeah, Jon Rahm wins the U.S. Open. The Mets lost to the Mets. I did say that. They did beat themselves, though. I'm sorry for your Canadians, Papa Paws, but I will be pulling for them to beat Vegas. I mean, what's Vegas? I mean, Vegas could use a break, right? They only made the Stanley Cup final in their first season of existence. Let's see. Sports from Aura. Hull KR have had to postpone their match against St. Helens on Friday after 4 players tested positive and 10 had to isolate. Positive vibes to Hull KR. This comes out after the Robins beat... Is that Wigan? 18-8 in an arm wrestle match. 18-8. I don't know what an arm wrestle match means. By the way, if you're from Spain, Jon Rahm is the first Spaniard to win the U.S. Open. So congratulations. There were 2 big birdie putts, apparently, to close that out. Nella Corda is the first 2-time winner of the LPGA Tour this season, 5 under 67 at the Meyer LPGA Classic. The British Open is going to add 32,000 fans each day for next month's championship at Royal St. George's. Let's see what else happened yesterday. Kyle Larson, victory lane, 4th consecutive week for NASCAR. And how about Max Verstappen? The Red Bull team had a 1-3 finish in France. Was it France or Spain? I think it was France, right? And that's pretty exciting because... for once, the pit strategy. Now, the Red Bull Formula One pit team is amazing. They're very fast. But sometimes the strategy is always played in Mercedes' hands. But Max was able to beat Lewis Hamilton thanks to pit strategy, so that was pretty exciting. Let's see what happened. New Zealand Warriors star Reece Walsh is set to make his representative debut for QLD this weekend. The 18-year-old will be the second latest experienced player second least experienced player to ever play in the State of Origin, only playing 7 matches. That sounds like you copy and pasted that somewhere, Aura. If not, really well written. But Aura giving us the rugby news. And from K-Laugh, Golf Karma, right there. A couple weeks ago, Rom had to leave the tournament he was winning by 6 strokes due to a positive COVID test. That had caused the cameras on him when they told him he had to leave. So, yeah, there was a lot of criticism. Wow, nice work, Aura, if that's not copy and paste. There was a little bit of criticism for CBS because they did have cameras in Rom's face, but there was also some criticism of the PGA because Rom, it was at the end of the 3rd round, left the 18th green, and the PGA officials let Rom know right there and then that he had tested positive for COVID and he could not finish the tournament. And Rom was leading by a significant margin. Wasn't it like a 6-stroke lead? Yeah, you just said that just now. And it looked like Rom received more serious news. And I don't want to play down a COVID positive test, right? Because COVID has obviously been tremendously deadly. But it looked like someone in Rom's family had died. That's the kind of news that it seemed like Rom was given, in my opinion. And because they gave him that news on the 18th green, the cameras are there. And cameras and producers and directors are programmed to show things that are happening. They're trying to share the event through the medium of TV, right? So if I was running that show, and I've been in the director's chair before and the producer's chair before, I would have said, yeah, absolutely hold that shot, right? But you have to try to figure out what's going on, etc. They could have done Rom a lot of service by saying, hey, John, when you get to the tent, we have to talk, right? And then there would have been less cameras and certainly less people around. So, yeah, there you go. Golf Karma right there. Here's a definition. An arm wrestle match is just basically trying to force your way through your opponent and see whose defense cracked first. By the way, K-Laugh still rooting for Oosthuizen. Smoothest swing on tour. Nice to see him. Justice for Rom, though. And a good Father's Day. His kid was just born a couple of weeks ago. All right, we'll have Bears Gone Bad for you next hour. We'll have the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming Renews. And we will also have community games coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. Now, I mentioned it is the GMS Week of Action. Highly invite you to get involved both on Twitter and Discord. We are asking for up to an hour of your time this week. Hour of your time or your resources. And by resources, I mean skill set. What are some of the things that you do best and can have an impact in your community? And our GMS Week of Action focused around racial equity in the U.S., systemic racism in the United States, and part of that is discussions around those and getting involved. We are also highlighting black developers, black creators in video games, as we are a gaming morning show. And thanks to the Media Indie Exchange, we found a list of the Black Voices in Gaming freshman class. This is an initiative that is designed to highlight developers with games coming out through 2022. In the first hour, we showed you Kind Folks, and now we will show you one more game in the 8 o'clock break, and we'll come back next hour with more. So thank you for being here. We truly do appreciate it on Facebook Gaming, on Twitch, on YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. Thank you for being part of our fabulous community. We'll come back with the final hour of Gaming Morning Show for Monday, June 21st, 2021 next. Thanks for being here.
For me, we're drowning, you're splashing. they call me when ninja people attack the street. My president's black and y'all gon' give him back to me. I spend half the week training and doing tournaments. I spar with gangbangers with janky shurikens. Yeah, it's too late now if you out of chances, bro. Your hands is low, gotta hail an ambulance to go. This ain't no slap boxing, we don't pretend to scuffle. I make the whole rule book and still will bend a couple. I fight like big companies over business struggles, or anime heroes do when they friends in trouble. It ain't gotta be noble, I fight for stupid reasons. I find a reason to fight against any human breathing. If I'm on your block, you need to tell a doctor. I'm hella big and I'm about to punch a helicopter. I'm super woke so my eyes open. Don't provoke when I'm side scrolling. Street sweeper, peacekeeper, 2 cellulars, 3 beepers. You dignified with a simple mind, and that cash got you all hypnotized. Laptop and on end design so they don't watch what they gentrify. Yeah, beat down, beat down, beat down, city. We gon' whoop your ass. Beat down, beat down, beat down, city. We gon' whoop your ass. Beat down, beat down, beat down, city. We gon' whoop your ass.
Myself out of this game, it feels like hell. Remember to still be humble when people ask what's going on around me. When people ask what's going on around me. Baby, here's my notice. I'm moving forward past this, acting like I'm so fearless, but in reality I'm scared crapless. It's my turn to change the narrative toward self-worth.
Coming up on Gaming Morning Show, Community Games, and GMS, Morning Gaming Renews. Get ready for your takeaways that were pretty okay. And the clip of the day. Time for hour number 3.
Morning, gamer. Gaming Morning Show continues. Thanks for being here on this edition of GMS. The GMS week of action started yesterday. You can find out more on our Twitter and inside our Discord. Thank you so much, Sencho, for posting the Khachapuri in our Discord. Hashtag it is so good. We showed you a trailer for Knockout. That's not right. It's not Knockout City. Treachery in Beatdown City. That is available on Steam. In the first hour break, we showed you Kind Folks, which is also available on Steam. And if we learn anything from our friend Kim Chica, it is wish listing indie games is tremendously helpful to the indie game community. So please, if you like that game, which I saw a couple of you mention, please give it a wish on a Steam. Appreciate it. I am Ryan. I'm flying by myself today. Mike will be here for all 3 hours tomorrow. And on Wednesday, Theo and Digital Doc Games will be here as well. Right, Nintendo? And it was funny, Julian Harris, who was our guest host on Friday, who works for thegamefanatics.com, that was his takeaway. That was pretty okay. And I told Jenny that, Kim Chica's Jenny. I told Jenny that when we talked on Friday afternoon, that it was amazingly helpful because I had always perceived wish listing as something that was for me, not that benefited the developer. And where are my manners? It's 8:09 on the West Coast.
Hello to the final hour crew.
Hello, FHC. It is so good to see you. Kajito is here with the FHC. So is Kakuri. Hello. Good moron to you.
Top of the moron.
It is good to see everybody. Kajito is here with some Pib hype. Yeah, if you didn't see, and I just shouted out Pib. Pib has a new, I can't remember if it was an LP or an EP, but announced on Pib's Twitter that one of those two is out now, and so we love the fact that we're able to play Pib's music on our show. Thank you so much for allowing us to do that. Everybody in the club getting janky. Everybody in the club getting janky. Yeah, that song is a callback, isn't it? Alien is here. It's good to see you too, Alien. Appreciate it. Hope your day is going pretty okay.
Alien says it was pretty okay.
Yeah, and Kakuri is my partner. I'm playing with, is it RL Binded? Is that accurate? On the Trios Mixer from Kiki coming up on Sunday. And if you didn't know, GMS a proud sponsor of Kiki Cup. That is now just over a month away. July 31st is the next iteration of Kiki Cup. You can go to www.thekikikup.com and find out more information how to register. I think already 30 teams to register. A prize pool of $1,000. And Gaming Morning Show is participating. GMS is going to be giving away 4,000 Apex coins during the broadcast of the Kiki Cup on the 31st. 3,000 are going to go to one random team. 1,000 Apex coins are going to go to one random viewer. And then coming up the following Monday's Gaming Morning Show, we are going to give away an additional 2,000 Apex coins. And if you watch both the Kiki Cup and Gaming Morning Show on Monday, August 2nd, you are going to be entered double into those Apex coins giveaway. And as we do with Gaming Morning Show, if you are a Patreon subscriber, you get another entry. So you have a big chance to win some fantastic Apex coins, thanks in part to GMS and, of course, all in support of the KikiCup.com. To become a Patreon subscriber, go to patreon.com/Gaming Morning Show. And we're just a week-ish away from our early adopters, the earliest of our early adopters, celebrating their 6-month subiversary. We have something special planned for all of those who are celebrating 6 months, both in July and then on an ongoing basis. So that's what's happening right now. Thank you so much for all of your support of Gaming Morning Show. We did have some announcements last week, and that included Hollywood Squares, which is a special event we'll be doing on the 18th of July. Several creators from throughout the community and beyond will play a game of Hollywood Squares, which if you've never seen before, we'll share more information, but it's basically tic-tac-toe. Try to get 3 in a row, and you win the fabulous prize. Sean and Mike will be serving as our contestants. We have a lot of great support from the Streamers Lighthouse, so we're excited to get them involved as well, and we'll be playing for different viewers from each of our Celebrity Squares communities as well. It's all coming up on July 18th, GMS Hollywood Squares. Now 8:12 West Coast time, 11:12 on the East. Coming up, not Bear Watch. We've already done Dino Watch 2020. This is going to be Bears Gone Bad! ! So we have that coming up in just a little bit. Downside to being a solo 3v3, as I keep getting thrown into late games. This only has about 2.5 minutes left. I like how that one car's name is Guest 1. Oh, what a big goal from the other side. That was huge. When is the B movie table read? What are you talking about? We've already announced. We haven't figured that part out yet. We have the script, so that's good. Hey, good moron to you, not BRV Gaming. It is good to see you again. How are the adventures for you, and where are you right now?
Hello, FHC.
BRV Gaming in. Oh, what a goal by me. In for YouTube and the final hour crew. So it is good to see you as well. Yeah, we live. That's a good answer, Nintendo. We live the B movie table read. We are the embodiment of the B movie table read every day on Gaming Morning Show. Is that like that one TikTok where it's like, it was never a phase, it's a lifestyle? Maybe that's what the B movie is for us on Gaming Morning Show. Is it was never a phase, it's a lifestyle. Sitting in Colorado Springs until September. And we had a question. The travel nursing contracts, are they usually about a month and a half, or are they longer than that? Like, even, I think Mike said some go up to like 18 months. Kajito, that's a lie. It's Shrek 2. Maybe it is. Who knows? I can't do like a Mike Myers Shrek accent. I don't have that one in me. I'm working on my Beetlejuice, and I felt pretty good after last Wednesday when I did the Crush from Finding Nemo. Righteous! Righteous! I felt pretty good about that one. So I'm going to try to build those out a little bit better. Oh, 19 weeks. Okay. I've never been to Colorado Springs, but I have a great story about Colorado Springs. One of my family members, I think it was my aunt, lived in Denver for a little bit of time growing up. And my mother went out to visit her sister in Denver. And they're driving along on the highway, and all the signs for the highway exits or the mileage markers said Colo SPRGS, something like that. Maybe Colo SPGS, something like that. And that was the abbreviation for Colorado Springs. And my mother was fairly young, but I still don't think that that's much of an excuse. And she goes, "Who is Colo Spigs?" Maybe to be more accurate in my mother's defense, maybe she said, "Where is Colo Spigs?" But I was pretty certain that she said, the story goes, she was asking about Colonel Spigs. So COLOSBG has to be it, right? Colo Spigs. So I hope you find yourself having a great time in Colo Spigs, wherever that is. Caleb says, everyone our age has a Borat impression. I can't do Borat. Nope. Honestly, I've never seen the Borat movies either, so that's part of my that's part of my limitation there too. But you're welcome to put your impression, Calaf, into our Discord. All right, well, loser in a partial game, but that's okay. It fits the clock pretty well. 8:17 West Coast time. It is 11:17 on the East Coast and 4:17 for those watching GMS in the afternoon. Well, Calaf, you may know this about me, and if not, you're about to learn it. Much like my friend Austin Attack, who will be starting Monday with Gaming Morning Show every single episode that Austin can, as part of the GMS Summer Vacation with Austin. Austin and I are pretty sure that we're very similar people, because we don't see a lot of movies. And we have a lot of similar tastes in other things, too. So. Chris, if it was up to my pronunciation to indicate that I've seen things, I would fail in so many respects. Because, as we saw earlier, 100 mispronunciations over the course of Gaming Morning Show so far by me. It is now, like I said, 8:18. Bears gone bad, this according to Ben Hooper of UPI. We're moving our animal-related stories this time into New Hampshire. A homeowner's security camera there recorded a moment where a bear wandered into a car parked in the driveway, opened the door, and went inside. Interesting. We've seen bears crash a pool party in Tennessee. We've seen a bear get pushed off a wall. I want to say that was California, but I'm not 100% sure. And we've also heard about a bear getting into another car. This one is a bear opening the door and getting into the car outside of Thornton, New Hampshire. The bear opened the car door and went inside. Now, according to the article, it was apparently a search for food. We don't know. But the police department said there have been multiple reports in recent days of bears opening doors of parked cars and rummaging around the inside for food and trash. Quote, please remember to remove food items from your vehicles and do not leave your trash bags outside or in your trunks or truck beds, the department said in a Facebook post. I don't know. I mean, maybe if you don't have curbside garbage service, you need to put the trash in the trunk to take it. Interesting. BRV Gaming thinks, so the nurse says if the job stinks, she can do anything for about 3 months. That's why the 13-week assignment. Gotcha. It's like in Jurassic Park. As long as they don't figure out how to open doors, click. True. He left us. But that's not what I'm gonna do. Yeah. You didn't say the magic words. Hold on to your butts. Sean and I played Operation Tango on GMS Plays, which, by the way, will be on hiatus this week. We will not have a GMS Plays as we usually do on Monday and Tuesday nights tonight. But we are playing Operation Tango. One of you is an agent in the field. The other one is a hacker. And the hacking computer system looks very much like the scene from Jurassic Park. And so I just kept saying over and over, ooh, it's a Unix system. Chris M.E., has anyone seen the Geico commercial in which a family in a wooded area runs in terror because of bears and ends up being Yogi Bear and Boo Boo? I really enjoyed that one. Yes, that is a good Geico commercial. Also, a shout out to Jelly, who has apparently pretty spot on Yogi Bear impression. Jellybone Jabroni. Yeah, it's a great game if you're looking for hacker-esque like, I'm talking about the movie, like the not Mark Paul Gosselaar. I can't remember the person's name. He looked like Zach Morris. And then Angelina Jolie, the 90s movie Hackers. It looks exactly like that from my recollection. All right, let's play some community games this morning. How about we do some word search? Word search sounds like a lot of fun. The way we play this is we are going to show you a word search grid, and then we just need your help in finding the words that it's being asked to have us find. And you just use the directional, the number that's on the left side of the grid, and the number is on the bottom side. So I'll show you as soon as it loads up, and then I can help you out today too since I'm hosting solo. This is word search. Ooh, there's beat the clock. We should do that sometime. We're not, because we can do it this way, but that would be kind of fun sometime to do it that way. So, all right, let's load up the screen. This is pizza. We have anchovies, broccoli, Parmesan, chicken, spinach. And I got to resize this really quick. That's not doing the way I want it. How about there? That looks pretty good. Okay, so use the number on the left first, number on the right, the number on the bottom next, and then you can go in whichever direction you want. Nintendo said, I use he left us all the time, and nobody ever picks up my reference, so I do appreciate that was in your back pocket. You know what else is in my pocket? I got a reference in my pocket, and the other one's given the peace sign. That was one of Chris's top 10 hefty goof clips all time. Which I appreciate you doing. That was really kind of you. A lot of folks, I think Mike O was kind of the linchpin for this whole thing. Mike was kind enough to get a whole bunch of folks to do a kudos board for my birthday. So thank you for doing that. And you're absolutely right, Chris. Anytime I hear that reference, it's almost a sure thing. So there you go.
Analyst Morissette.
That's right. Good job, Nintendo. All right, sausage is in line 2. Broccoli 10-8. All right, so let's go 10 and then over to 8. And we got broccoli going up to the northwest. Today's theme, Cogito.
A calzone is not a pizza.
This is pizza toppings. You can't top a calzone. Calzone has items inside. Peppers 1-9 from Alien. That's going down in an earlier round. I know you have, and you're welcome to. Or if you want me to, I'd be happy to do it as well. But yeah, the only one I was surprised didn't make the cut is when I ran through the backdrop. I thought that for sure was going to make the cut. I just don't know if we have that clipped in Twitch land. I think it might only be clipped on my hard drive. Spinach 10-4 down. Okay. Nice work, Scott Chick. Anchovies 8-10. Going backwards. Nice find by BRV. Hyperbolic pizza. How about
Lego pizza.
Bacon 1-7 down. Nice find. Nice find. And then olive 5-8 south across. No, 5-8 south easy. 5-8 south easy. Olives. Ah! Nice work. Downs is cracked.
Cracked.
Also, Alien had olives as well. Onion, 7-4 northeast. 7-4 northeast. Nice find. Is it onion? Yeah, it's just onion. I don't want to save image as. Okay. So we got basil, parsley, who puts parsley on their pizza? Parmesan and chicken. You could put parsley in a calzone, but
a calzone is not a pizza.
Basil 1-5 going southwest. 1-5 going southwest. Maybe 5-1. Yeah, there we go. Southeast, sorry. No worries. Never apologize. We're on the same team. Parsley 9-9 going backwards. Cracked. Nice find.
Nice.
Americans be like bays? I don't know what that means. What's bays? I mean, Bob, after all, is our pancake expert, but certainly our calzone expert, too. Sausage 2-3. Oh, right here. Sausage. Kakuri is
cracked.
8-1 Northeast Parmesan on 2. 8-1 Northeast Parmesan. Nice find. And chicken's the last one. Who has chicken? Okay, left. Do you UK weird? Let's be kind. 8-1 Parmesan. We got that one. Let's be kind, K-Laugh. Although, I swear I could think of Basil because of Austin Powers, right? Wasn't there like a Basil expedition? I don't remember that for sure. Weirdos is most lovingly of tone. Thank you for clarifying. All right, 8-8 Northwest for chicken. 8-8 Northwest for chicken. And Scott Chick clears the board.
Correct.
Congratulations, Scott Chick in chat.
You are one of life's winners.
All right, last one for the morning. It is pirates. Man, the only thing I don't like about word search, we seem to get the same topic over and over again. Now, the nice thing about word search is they're going to be in different places. But I don't like that we're looking for similar words each time. Treasure compass. Is it frigate? Frigate? Sparrow, cutlass, parrot, anchor, plank, ocean, sword, skull, seas. Basil was his boss in Austin Powers. Thank you, Downs. I'm very good at pronunciation. Oh, you're not talking about me. You're talking about between America and the UK. From the old French word, bacille. Thank you. That's my first shot of the show. Which is weird. I actually got a lot to say. I went to bed before 8:30 last night. But I did get up earlier. We're going to go over one thing from Jen Fry, who's a fantastic social justice educator. We have one thing to share with you in terms of self-education with our GMS Week of Action. So we're going to share that with you coming up after this game. All right, Scott Chick, who closed out the last game, leads us off with Cutlass. 110 for Cutlass. So 110. Maybe this. Oh, down here. Okay. Cutlass, thank you. And speaking of it, you said Frigate I know. K-Laugh. If anything is consistent with me, it's my inconsistency. Sparrow 2-3 East. You should see how much I practice tough pronunciations for my games when I do sports. I work so hard at trying to get people's names right. Plank. And then whatever that word is from Chris M.E., 4-2 across. 4-2 across. Nice. Chris M.E.
Ding, ding, ding.
Proud of you. I need to get some water. If you're looking at Garage Temperature Index Watch 2021, we're still around 84. So it hasn't gotten much hotter in the garage, but it is going to be an awful day in Western Oregon for heat today. Just almost 8:30, and I'm already up to 80-some degrees in my garage. We are sitting at 72 outside. Downs said the same word, which is definitely Frygate. Kukuri is cracked.
Correct.
So we have a lot of horizontals going, chat. Treasure Compass, Parrot, Anchor, Sword Skull C is still out there. Yes, Frigarte. What the hell is a Frigarte? Anchor 5-5 going diagonally southeast. You said 5-5, right? R, it'd be an anchor. Good call. Yeah, so Downs was part of the sushi games yesterday. We did eliminate Kikilo, but it was definitely a cheeky elimination because it was during the time where Kiki's whole system crashed. So we were running along, and Daughter of Thor Peaches was like, why is this person just standing still? So, Sword, 7-3 to the west. 7-3 to the west. 3, there it is. Okay. It's backwards. It's also known as Drowse. Parrot 1-6 southwest. Okay, 1-6 southwest. Nice work. You're cracked. When I saw Super Kill Kiki, I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, that happened. Hey, Kajito, what's a pirate's favorite letter? Yeah, it was definitely a cheeky one. Maze killed me, though, so that was a lifetime achievement. Wasn't your name Maze Don't Kill Me? R, says Scott Chick. Kate Laugh says frigate. Ah, yes. Aye, they do like R, but their first love be the sea. Nice. I'm proud of you.
Nice.
Yeah, Kakuri, I didn't get any kills. I could have thirsted a couple of people to just get the kill, and instead I tried to get someone else on the team. Both of them backfired. We ended up getting eliminated both times. I actually was above my average damage in 3 of the 6 games, and I was right at my average damage for a 4th. And then I had 2 games where I was at 0. So that was unfortunate. Skull, 10-6 northwest. 10-6 northwest. What? I see an SK here. He said 10-6, so I go 10-6. It should be right here. Oh, right here. Yeah, thank you. Good call. Did I miss one? C's 4-9 southwest. 4-9 southwest. Nice work. And compass 1-9 backwards. Oh, you're cracked. We just need treasure, chat. We just need treasure. Don't shoot Maze. It was a reminder of my teammate. You had a vendetta against her from the Kiki duos. All right, where's treasure, chat? I guess we could do this in a timed format. We had discussed, too, activating pancakes as a Streamlabs currency for these games too, which could be kind of fun actually. All right, Treasure 3-2 Southeast. It was kind of a simultaneous K-Laugh, Scott Chick, Alien answer. You are cracked, chat.
Correct.
And with that final answer, just remember,
You are one of life's winners.
all right, it is now 8:33 on the West Coast. It is 11:33 out on the East, 4:33 in the UK. Thank you for being here. We got a story about Sesame Street. They did a new episode for Pride Month from Rachel Trent of CNN. We'll tell you what that entails coming up after our next game. Look, it's Mike O is showing up. That's good to see you. You're a little late on the community games, but we'll give Bob for you.
SHAQ.
Nice work. Mike will be here for all 3 hours tomorrow. This is one thing I wanted to share. This is from Jen Fry, who is a social justice educator. As you know, this is the GMS Week of Action. Very much going to be discussed through the course of the show. Also on our Twitter and through our Discord. So please join us in there. I'm contemplating an after-show discussion hour through our general voice chat. We had this earlier when it came to the Israel-Palestine conflict, and we held kind of a space in the GMS Discord after that. Might do that on Wednesday is what I'm thinking. I will let you know for sure as soon as I know. But part of the GMS Week of Action is specifically asking for your help. One thing that I thought of that I think is really neat about this space is look at everyone in chat, right? We just had this discussion about the pronunciation differences between English in America and even in the UK, right? And it's even more regionalized than that. I think it's great that we have folks who are in so many different parts of the world, let alone different parts of the United States. So as we talk about racial equity in the United States, there's some things that we can do to have an impact through actual action, and that's why we are doing the GMS Week of Action. Again, the show is hosted by 3 heterosexual cis men, right? And so that's important to acknowledge because we are going to be doing a lot of what we choose to talk about during the course of the Week of Action through the lens of an ally when it comes to systemic racism in the U.S. And one of those things is what Jen Fry teaches. And so I'm going to share a thing that stood out to me. And I am still live here. Okay. So this is from Jen Fry's Change Agent Workbook, which is something that I have access to. And I'm going to reach out to Jen and make sure I can share it. But it's a compilation of resources. And one of those things is discussing how to become not only just an ally, which is a very important thing, and by no means should be discounted, but in the realm of social justice, racial equity in the United States, moving from just being an ally to an accomplice. And that's just another step further. And so just in this little section, I want to talk about self-education. And one thing that stood out in this discussion as being a change agent is focusing in on self-education, right? And so one thing that I think I acknowledge like my IRL work has done really well is engaging with other folks who are white and having conversations around social justice. I want to give credit to my IRL work. I want to give credit to some of the people in my sphere who have done a lot of good work in this regard. There's been a lot more education that's been done. The accomplice side of things is more of being the leader in terms of organizing opportunities for other white people to study issues together. Maybe there's a way for you to take your neighborhood and attend an event that maybe you've never attended before. And then specifically from the accomplice standpoint, that last one, inviting speakers to meet with your group. And yeah, good morning to you, Dinners. Thank you for being here for the final hour crew. Maybe there's a way that you can bring in speakers to meet with your group in terms of maybe it's your workplace. Maybe it's an organization that you even are a leader within. Maybe you own a business, right? And we shared on our Twitter yesterday a resource that I have found especially useful, and that is Anti-Racism Daily, which is a newsletter that you can subscribe to. It comes into your email inbox every single week and focuses around different topics. So I'll give you some examples of where this has had an impact on me. Anti-Racism Daily, for example, today's topic is spiritual bypassing and how to avoid it. The opening paragraph reads, as a first-generation Indian American woman, I've had periods of my childhood where I suppressed my identity in order to blend in. Being the daughter of immigrants is beautiful and complex, and even though I grew up in the most diverse county in the U.S., my sister and I were often the only Indian people in school and were called many of the offensive Indian stereotypes you can imagine. So this is just how this particular author opens up this topic. And if you go through the list, I'm just going to read the subject lines that have come through on my inbox. Unpack black on black crime. On Saturdays, they do a study hall, and this one was focused around Juneteenth because last Saturday was, in fact, Juneteenth, and the violence of white supremacist culture. The one last Thursday, end disparities in crack cocaine sentencing. Wednesday, ensure access to PREP, which is PR, capital E, capital P, which potentially is a treatment. Let me read this. Good morning and happy Wednesday. Preventative treatments for HIV can save countless lives, but disparities exist for who can easily gain access to these medications. So that's one I didn't know. End cash bail and fight for black trans lives. So those are just some of the subject lines that I found. And through Anti-Racism Daily, they actually offer workshops and classes for workplaces and other groups. And so that's what made me think to share that with you this morning, is by that last particular line where it says invite speakers to meet with your groups. Compensate speakers to meet with your groups too. Be able to do that. So that's one token that I wanted to share this morning from the Change Agent workbook that Jen Fry supplies. If you want to learn more about Jen Fry, you can go to twitter.com/JenFryTalks. It is now 8:39 on the West Coast. Thank you again for being here to hang out with us for the rest of the show. I will tell you more about Sesame Street coming up. It is World Music Day. It is World Motorcycle Day. It is Selfie Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, Peaches and Cream Day. I'm going to be honest with you. My main experience with Peaches and Cream comes from a song. I think there's like a song where it's like you're something like a dream, Peaches and Cream. It might be even called Peaches and Cream. So I've never actually had what I think is a dessert, right? Peaches and Cream is a dessert. Kate Zaid was in here earlier and told us that Peaches and Cream is quite yummy. So I don't know, to be honest with you, what the case may be. I would like to try it. I like peaches. Oregon is apparently very good at peaches. Oregon's pretty good at peaches. Oregon's pretty good at plums, too. I have had Peaches and Cream as an oatmeal. That's a good call, Alien. Yeah, plums are actually one of my favorite fruits. If we were to have a topic of the day that centered around what is your sleeper fruit, I would be like plums. People sleep on plums, and they're very yummy. Kajito, I'm going to allow that. I don't know what it means. Oh, now I do. All right, now I'm here. Thank you, Three Dinners. I like my car, too. These two things, the wheels and the flag, are both free Pride Month gear. I don't remember what they call it in this term, in this game, but they offered it for free, and so I love it. Pear is my sleeper fruit. We're also apparently good at pears in Oregon. My kids eat a lot of pears, so I don't really like pears as much. Chris, I'm with you, and I actually really even like almost overly ripe pears, where they become so like they're basically like falling apart with juice. They're so good. So this is Downs. My IRL work is Cali-based, and I found it odd that all the emails came through with a Spanish translation. When I realized it was to be inclusive, oh crap, I missed that as I was reading chat, of entire workforce, I thought it was really cool and not something we usually do worry about in the UK. Yes, I mean, there is a heavy Spanish-speaking population in the United States. And honestly, there is a lot of languages in the U.S. But I have noticed that, especially living on the West Coast, that we have a lot of Spanish translations on signs around restaurants or other places of business. And I absolutely am in favor of it and thankful that that is the case. Yeah, and I think Chris could speak better to it than I could because in Southern California there is a very large Spanish-speaking population. I love bananas, Kajito. Bananas are some of my favorite fruits. I still eat this for breakfast often, and it is bread. I don't like toast, but you could do it with toast. But I just put peanut butter and then slice up bananas and put it on top. I really like it. I'm sorry, what? Who said goldfish pie? Scott Chick? Goldfish pie? You're not telling me you what? Is it like a goldfish crust? I don't like goldfish crackers, so I'm already on the outside looking in on this one, but no, Snufkin. Oh, hey, good moron, Snufkin. Thanks for checking in with the final hour crew. Appreciate you being here. No, I understood that you were talking about the crackers. I just don't like the crackers, and so I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this idea of having goldfish with peaches and cream. Really, Alien? I mean, again, if you like goldfish crackers, I'm already starting the wrong direction with this, so. Oh, so you're saying it's not made with... I envisioned smashed up goldfish crackers. You're just saying it's like a crust that's made with white flour. Thank goodness. Okay, then I'm on board. Bananas are my comfort fruit. Grapes are my graze anytime fruit. I love grapes. Grapes are yummy. And I've actually heard that grapes are a fairly good for you fruit. They don't have a ton of sugar. They have a lot of good antioxidants. If you eat a lot of them, then they create, digestive issues. But, and then what was the other one you said up there? A pomegranate. So my daughter has very much been into pomegranate seeds. I don't love them, but yeah, pomegranate's pretty okay. Nice save. Nice save. Grapes are amazing. Yeah, I'm a big fan of grapes. I think London is the most multi-ethnic city in the world. Is that true? I don't have any. I'd have to look into it because I don't know if that's true. I don't know what is definitively the most ethnic city. For some reason, I'd always envisioned it being on the Western Hemisphere, so I could be completely ill-informed. Like I'd picture like a New York City being a very diverse space. When we go to friends' houses for barbecues, we do banana, marshmallow, and sage wrapped in foil. Is it hot? Because banana bread is one of my favorite creations on earth. Banana Mars bar and foil. Interesting. I would love, Kajito, if you'd be so kind, if you could throw that one into the Discord. I would love to see more about that. Yeah, to be honest, when it comes to graham crackers, I do something called mouth s'mores. And that's where I don't want to take the time to actually melt the marshmallow and do the whole fire thing. So I'll just take s'mores ingredients and I'll throw them in my mouth. So you just take like a bite of a stick of graham cracker, throw some chocolate chips, and half a marshmallow. Or if you have mini marshmallows, even better, because then you can mix the marshmallows and the chocolate together. And bada bing, mouth s'mores. Scott Chick, no. She gets meringue for a base layer. Then she gets peaches, goldfish, in with jelly for the middle layer, and then she tops it off with whipped cream. Why is goldfish peaches? What? I'm confounded. I don't have a clue. Uh-oh. I also realized I don't think I have a clip of the day. Uh-oh. Let me see if I do. I have no clip of the day. All right, we're going to do a throwback then. The last clip I have in the can is from last Thursday. That was when Chris and Copia were guest hosting. So we'll play that for our clip of the day. Because I don't have one ready to go. I know it's not. But it's delicious. Do a live clip of the day. I don't think I can pull off anything hilarious. I'm just going to pick this random one from last Thursday. I think it'll be fun. All right, really quick, want to tell you about Rachel Trent's story from CNN. There was a new Family Day episode last Thursday on HBO Max of Sesame Street. It's also apparently on YouTube. And it's an episode of Sesame Street that featured a family with two gay dads. On the episode, Nina introduces her brother and her husband, played by Chris Costa and Alex Weissman, as well as their daughter, played by Olivia Perez, to Elmo and his friends as they celebrate Family Day. The milestone for the show comes during Pride Month, which Alan Muraoka, known as Alan on Sesame Street, acknowledged in a Facebook post. Quote, Sesame Street has always been a welcoming place of diversity and inclusion, so I'm excited to introduce Nina's brother Dave, his husband Frank, and their daughter Mia to our sunny street. Muraoka co-directed the episode and wrote, quote, love is love, and we are so happy to add this special family to our Sesame family. Earlier this year, the show introduced two new Muppet characters who are both African-American and discussed what racial difference means. The Family Day episode of Sesame Street sends the simple and important message that families come in all forms and that love and acceptance are always the most important ingredients in a family. That was according to GLAAD President and CEO Sarah Kate Ellis. GLAAD. All right, let me share that story into the chat. I am eating a I don't have anything to do the marshmallows with. I mean, I could cook the marshmallow over an open flame, but the marshmallow is good raw too. I mean, you're not cooking a marshmallow. It's good unmelty. And so you just throw it in the mouth and your mouth heats it up. Let me have this one, dinners. So there's that. I also do want to share out the links that we shared for the two game trailers that we played. Actually, I think we do have one of those. Like, my wife uses it for creme brulee. We have one of those, butane torch things. So I could do that. I'll probably burn myself. I'm not very good at mechanical things. So here's some of the games that we shared with you this morning. The first one was called Kind Folks. And then this one was Treachery and Knockdown City. Or in Beatdown City, excuse me. And these were both from the list given to us by the Media Indie Exchange as part of their Black Voices in Gaming. Good moron, Donkey, and thank you for the follow. I just noticed you followed on Twitch. How about a stove? That's what I'm saying. Like, I could do the stovetop for sure. Kajito, you're so right. I need supervision. Hey, Gabe Pride. Good moron to you. Thanks for checking in with the Final Hour crew.
Hello, FHC.
And Donkey, it seems like you might have been watching for a little bit, but we are a morning radio show that plays games. We model ourselves out of the old music radio days where you might have listened to like a Hot 100 FM or something like that. But instead of music, we play games in between segments. Right now, we're going to do our gaming morning show, Morning Gaming Re-News. If you missed any of that, be sure to search
hashtag GMS Morning Gaming News.
And be sure to follow us on Twitter at WatchGMS. Like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of our GMS week of action through our Twitter and Discord. So please follow WatchGMS on Twitter. We had Sports Gaming join us on vacation from Florida. Said the Pokemon Company revealed a brand new Pikachu jet. It's according to Ezra Crab of IGN. So there's now a Pikachu jet, which was kind of a fun story. Nintendo president remains coy in regards to new Switch hardware. That was from Ben Reeves of Game Informer. And EA will reportedly reveal a fan favorite series revival in June, according to Joe Scrubbles of IGN. Out today, Woodblock Escape Puzzles 2 for Switch and Industries of Titan for PC. Our name of the morning was Labyrinth City, Pierre the Maze Detective, out today for PC. If you missed any of it, again, search Twitter, also hashtag
GMS name of the morning.
All right, it's time for the clip of the day, which is really from Thursday. The clip of the day, which is still, again, from last Thursday. Here it is. It's the clip of the day. Toot toot. Well, no, that was what someone told me. That Super gets that comparison. Thomas Middleditch. All right, well, we can start over because we have 4 minutes left, all right? And plus, we're having so much fun. Look at Mike.
Hey, time of his life. Coheed and Cambria and the Used, they're going to be playing Indy in September. That's kind of cool. Sorry, I'm currently searching for a concert ticket.
Here I am.
This is my favorite part. When Mike's really having a good time on the show, he starts watching YouTube videos and Googling for concert tickets.
No, I'm not watching YouTube videos. I don't do that.
Liar. All right, this one is, it is fun to be a blank. It is fun to be a blank. Your choices are real estate agent, lawyer, flight attendant, pilot, or pet named Steve.
And that's why I was.
There you go, chat. There was your clip of the day. We found a pet named Steve, which apparently is a reference to what Markiplier or something like that. So it should have been more on our radar than we realized. My favorite, though, is when Mike is just so distracted, he starts playing games or searching YouTube videos, or in this case, looking for concert tickets. Mike will be back tomorrow for all 3 hours, and we'll be streaming tomorrow night as well. Donkey said, sweet, my kind of show. Absolutely, yeah. Please join us Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. We're going to say hi to Archie. If you would please say good morning from GMS if you're watching on Twitch. And we will be back tomorrow on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. What is something that you learned from today's show, please, chat? Our takeaway, that was pretty okay. And then we will be back tomorrow, as I mentioned. Couple of This Day in Gaming histories. This Day in Gaming history, Fear 3 came out for PS3 and Xbox 360. Also, Shadow of the Damned. That was for PS3, Xbox 360. Destroy All Humans, out back in 2005 for PS2 and Xbox. Nintendo started selling animated TV shows on cartridges. That happened in 2004. Driver 3 came out in 2004. And today is Emo Kid birthday, Emo Kid Mark's birthday. So be sure to say hi to that Emo Kid Mark, and you can find it by doing that. You are my other brother from another mother, I think. Al, it's great to see you, Donkey. Thanks for being here. We certainly do appreciate it. My takeaway that was pretty okay today was the fact that Bears are going to continue to dominate the news, and that they can open up doors, apparently, according to Ben Hooper of UPI. I will be back tomorrow with Mike. Sean will check in from Florida. Please say good morning from GMS. The reason I'm sending you to Archie is Archie has been trying to beat the Cuphead game for, 487 weeks now. And I would really like you all to see how much success Archie can have. Thanks for hanging out with us. I will be back tomorrow with more Gaming Morning Show on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv.